Hi guys! Today, my mom and some experts will talk about speech development.
Do you want to know when you should expect your child to talk, what the normal age bracket is, when you should get worried, and what you can do as parents? This video summarizes all that. Hi, this is April, and today we're going to talk about speech development, teaching your child to talk, speech delay, late talkers, and more. But before anything else, if you're new to this channel, Siri and Fam, we post content featuring our kid and our family, teaching other kids fun and valuable stuff, sharing our top parenting tips out there, and sharing good vibes all your way. If you like content like this, feel free to subscribe and hit that bell button to get notified whenever we post something new. So in today's video, we're going to answer questions like, when should a child start speaking and what the normal age bracket is? What are some hacks that can help a child learn how to talk early? What are the common symptoms of language delay? What are the common causes of speech delay? When you should get worried, and a lot more. Personally, our baby Siri uttered her first word at around 7 months, and by 9 months, she was already able to accumulate over 50 words. But that's my experience as a mom, and every mom has different experiences. And I thought that the best way to talk about this topic is really to invite the experts and to ask them the most common questions as to speech development. And today we're so lucky to have two specialists from Medbay Therapy and Learning Center in Iligan City, occupational therapist Vada Ayra Quiñones, and speech therapist Aisemp Bernadette Agot. They've been very generous with their time and expertise, and hopefully we're going to learn so much today. They're going to tell us in detail everything we need to know about teaching our child to talk, causes and symptoms of language delay, and more. So let's go straight to question number 1. When should a child start speaking? What's the normal age bracket?
According to the developmental milestones, at 4 to 6 months, children start babbling. At 7 months, they start imitating sounds and words. At 1 year old, they now start speaking their first words, such as mama and dada, usually, and they start to develop jargons and jabbering, which is a disappearing behavior as they now start to learn at least 10 words in their vocabulary, and then this time they can also call at least one person by name. At 2 years old, they start to respond to yes or no questions. Usually they use no for refusal, and then they now increase their vocabulary to at least 25 words. At the age of 3, they now start to ask WH questions, and at the age of 4, they now start being curious and start asking definition of words, and as they grow older, they progress to speaking in conversations. These are all according to the Brigand's Diagnostic Inventory of Early Development. But then again, every child is different and they learn at their own pace.
Question number 2. What are some hacks that can help a child to learn talking early?
As speech therapist, I would highly recommend to talk to our child as early as possible. For according to theory, a child can utter a word if he or she had at least 500 meaningful exposures of this certain word. We can also use language stimulation techniques. These are child-directed strategies that would help us in facilitating our child's language development. Actually, there are a lot of resources that we can find online regarding LSTs. But for today, I will be sharing at least 2 techniques. So, one is info talk. So in doing info talk, we should describe what our child is currently doing. We should serve as our child's radio. For example, if our child is playing with bubbles, then we can say, "Oh, you are playing bubbles. You are playing bubbles." Just like that. And for second, we have expansion. So expansion is commonly used when a child starts to produce his first few words. In doing this technique, our task is to expand their short utterances. For example, if our child points to and verbalizes ball, then we can say, "Oh, you're pointing at ball, a big blue ball."
Number 3. What are common symptoms of language delay?
Red flags of language delay that we should be concerned of are the following. Failure of the child to reach speech and language milestones, such as no babbling at 9 months, no first words at 15 months, and not being able to talk clearly at the age of 2. And other red flags could be that the child doesn't show interest in communicating, like when you call them, they don't respond at all, or they do not imitate any actions and words.
Number 4. What are common causes of language delay?
There could be a lot of possible causes, but remember, there is no known and definite cause. It could be one or more of the following. 1. Genetics. This means a child could belong to a family of late talkers, or a child may have family members that have history of language impairment.
Number 2, environmental factors. Some experts say that early and unmonitored screen time can be a great contributor of language delay in children. So what is screen time? Screen time is the amount of time your child spends in front of a screen. It includes TV, gadgets like phone, tablet, and the computer. And it doesn't matter if they're watching something educational or it's just playing games. Screen time is screen time. And as we all know, children learn communication through their interaction with other people, and screen time takes this away from them, since in screen time it's mostly one-way communication.
3. Underlying diagnosis. There are diagnoses in children that affect their language development, like autism, global developmental delay or GDD, and intellectual disabilities. That is why it is always better to get your child checked if you see some red flags.
Number 5. When should you get worried and start seeking for professional help?
ASAP. As early as 2 years old, if you see some signs and symptoms already, or you think that your child is missing his or her milestones, and most importantly, you see that it's already affecting your daily lives, then it's the best time to call for professional help.
Is it really necessary to call for professional help?
The answer is yes. Taking care of these children will not be easy. That is why it is always better to communicate with professionals who have studied and practiced years in their own fields. Please do not hesitate, as we, medical professionals, will always be willing to help and guide you in taking care of your children as they go through changes in their lives.
Number 7. What happens if you don't ask for professional help?
Okay, so you know how our brains have the ability to change through growth? This is what we call neuroplasticity, and it is in its higher degree during childhood, which is from age 2 to 7 years old. And if we do not address certain problems during these developing stages of the brain, intervention can be much more challenging later on. Usually, we hear from our clients saying that they don't want to end up regretting the things they didn't do for their kids when they had a chance to. And also, in studies, early intervention is always the best.
Number 8. For those who cannot afford professional help, what can parents do to help their children?
There are government and non-government organizations that help or support children with special needs. You can also join online support groups. Likewise, you can start to be proactive at home by doing research, read books or articles about language development, spend time with your child through interactive play, always talk to your child, and limit unsupervised screen time.
Call professional help if symptoms of speech delay are present, but as parents, there are things that you can proactively do to help your child. Spend time with your child through interactive play, always talk to your child, and limit unsupervised screen time. As what Ms. Vada said, children learn to talk through interaction with other people, and screen time takes away that time that could have been spent interacting with other people person to person. Screen time is mainly just one-way interaction. There are multiple studies demonstrating the link between screen time and speech delay, and although screen time shouldn't necessarily be banned, it should never be a replacement for person-to-person interaction. It's actually understandable to use screen time these days. It's kind of a babysitter because moms have a lot of things to do these days, but it should be used moderately, and we should still spend a lot of our free time actually engaging with our child, talking to them, even if they don't seem to respond or understand us yet. We're soon posting another video about screen time and the recommended screen time per age bracket, like how much screen time can a 1-year-old, a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old could have as per experts' recommendation. So feel free to subscribe and hit that bell button to get notified whenever that video is up, along with other valuable videos we have in store. We would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to Ms. Vada Ayra Quiñones and Ms. Aisemp Bernadette Agot for sharing their expertise and helping us come up with this video to answer the most common questions as to speech development and speech delay. They are from Medbay Therapy and Learning Center in Iligan City that offers direct and online occupational and speech therapy services. You can also message them on their Facebook page if you have any question as to our subject matter for the day. We'll link down their FB page down below. And I hope that you've learned a lot of things from today because I personally have. Do share and subscribe if you want similar content and more. But most importantly, if you like videos like this, please smash the like button down below. That will really help us feed this video to other moms out there, as that's how the YouTube algorithm works. And if you have other questions and suggestions as to what we should do next, please comment down below as well. Thank you so much and see you next time. Bye!